Hello everyone, it's Sandy here from the Curtain Boutique. In this short tutorial I'm going to show you how to put some eyelets into a curtain. This curtain is for the shop window, so it's got a lovely contrast fabric instead of lining. At the moment I'm pinning it in place, and I'm going to do this top by machine because it's not going to be seen, but you can do it by hand if you like. So I've sewn it all in and it looks really lovely. You've got the reverse, and then that's the main fabric that you can see now, which is from the Victorian Glasshouse collection with Eyelets fabrics. I'm going to position my eyelets on to the actual fabric. Now, by rule of thumb, you need 8 eyelets per width, but in this case I'm going to be using 10. And I'm going to measure the width of the fabric, which I've made 138. I'm going to divide it by 10, which means my spaces from the centre of my eyelet to the next centre of each eyelet is going to be 13.8. This means that each return is going to be 6.9. So I'm going to make sure that from the middle of the eyelet to the end of the curtain for the returns is going to be 6.9. So once you position the end eyelet, you then go along and start making your spaces from the middle of each eyelet, 13.8. Position them all 13.8 from the centre to the centre of each one, and I've just put a little cross with my invisible pen, just so that I know that's going to be the centre of where I want each eyelet to go when I go to the eyelet machine. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to take it to the eyelet machine. Now there is another way of doing this. You can do a punch, a hole punch, and then a closing punch, and it's quite hard on the old hands though, but obviously you're more than you know, if you want to do that, that's absolutely fine, there's no problem. Now I've set this back bit so that I'm an inch above, so I'm in my right position in terms of the back bit. If you want any details on where this machine is from, I can put those details in the description bar. So basically I'm making sure my little mark is right in the centre of the eyelet, at the circle. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put a washer in face up, so that the side that feels sharp will be face up, and then stick your work in, and you're just going to cut it first. So hold it in place, pull your lever down, and then you've got to really press hard with the lever. And sometimes it cuts it well and sometimes it doesn't, but on this occasion it has cut it fine. So you'll put it back in, and then you'll get your other half of your eyelet, which is the top closing piece that you'll see on the right side of the curtain. You'll position that in place, like that, and then you'll pull the lever down, and not too hard, just a little gentle squeeze, and then you've got your eyelet, and that looks nice and sort of straight and flat. And then you've got your reverse, obviously, because we did it on the other side. So we do the same thing again, put the washer in. Now notice you've got pins here, so this is keeping it all nice and straight and stopping it from flapping about. And I'm just going to position this in the centre, make sure it's straight at the top, pull my lever down, squeeze, cut that, and make sure that as you go you're clearing out what's stuck inside the actual eyelet machine, because sometimes you'll get bits of buckram, or you'll have bits of fabric or interlining or whatever you've got made into your curtains. Sometimes you'll need a little scissors. So go in again, put your front eyelet piece over again, make for it to click, and then go down, squeeze a little bit, not too much though. and then we just carry on, and that's how you do it. You carry on. Obviously you've made your marks, make sure you keep it straight right to the end where you put your allowance in, because you know, if you haven't got the allowance, then you're not going to have the right drop. So this bit's very important, to make sure that the top of the eyelet is your drop and not the top of the curtain. That's very important, guys. Listen to Sandy. Right. Oh, it's quite a tricky one. Oh, that didn't want to. See, sometimes it doesn't. You have to just put it back in, and I think my cutter needs sharpening. Okay, we definitely need to get it sharpened, or I've probably got some stuff stuck up there. Okay, it's gone, third time lucky. But yeah, you shouldn't have that much hassle with it. You should be able to cut it quite easily. So mine needs a good old sharpen. I need to get that sent away, because I've had this machine for 7 years and I've never had it sharpened, which is a shocker, isn't it? So that's down again. When you put it down, make sure you don't squeeze it too hard. You can take your pins out as you go along as well, so you've got less pins to stab yourself off of. Okay, I'm gonna just carry on then, guys, and then I shall put the curtain up in the shop to let you know what it looks like. But I hope this has been an interesting and helpful tutorial, and that you'll all be able to do your own eyelets. But if you want any help on how to get your tools or how to buy one of these, let me know in the comments and I will gladly help you. Taking this one down, even though it's beautiful. When you thread eyelets, always start with this side facing that way. Never start with the lining facing that way, always start with your fabric facing that way. So here's the window. This is the curtain I've just done on the right hand side. This is the Victorian Glasshouse book, which has got, it's got some beautiful things in it, really has. There's a little cushion there which goes in the collection as well. But this is the main fabric from the actual collection. It's got a big pattern repeat, but it's just so beautiful. It really is lovely. Anyway, I'll see you next week, everyone. Take care. Bye for now.